All right, so ready to dive into the world of casinos, specifically that casino cashier interview you've got coming up. We're going deep with RoleCatcher's resources today, going to give you that extra edge.
It's a really fascinating role when you think about it. Way more than just handling money and chips, you know? You're the face of the casino, making sure things run smoothly for each guest.
Absolutely. And RoleCatcher really hits on that in their career guide, breaking down those day-to-day responsibilities.
Yes, stuff like verifying IDs, exchanging currency, handling those chips, operating all those gaming machines. Oh, and a big one. You've got to be vigilant, spot anything that looks suspicious, like potential fraud.
Okay, so that's the foundation.
hmm
But let's get to the real deal here, those interview questions. RoleCatcher found 10 that pop up all the time. Really get at what it takes to be a casino cashier.
What's great is they don't just give you the questions, they unpack what the interviewer is really looking for. They offer strategies too, how to craft your answer, even potential follow-up questions, like a roadmap for that whole conversation.
Awesome. Let's jump into the first one. Can you tell us about your previous experience handling cash and working with customers? Seems pretty straightforward, but what are they actually trying to assess with this one?
They're looking for two big things. One, your comfort level with handling cash, accuracy and efficiency. And two, your ability to create a good customer experience, even when things get a little stressful.
So it's not just about listing those past jobs. How do you make an answer really stand out?
Think about specific examples that show off those skills. Maybe you handled cash in a fast-paced retail spot, or worked in customer service where you had to, fix tricky situations. Focus on things that show your attention to detail, staying calm when things are crazy, your knack for making customers feel valued.
Right, show, don't tell. Now, what about those follow-ups? What should people be ready for?
Be ready to dive deeper into those examples. They might say something like, "Tell me about a time your cash drawer didn't add up," or "Describe a tough customer interaction and how you handled it." Key is to be specific. Show them your problem-solving skills.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's hit the next one. This one can be tricky, I think. How would you handle a customer who is upset about losing money?
Oh, this one's interesting. It's where your empathy and knowing casino policy really come together. Casinos are for entertainment, but yeah, emotions can run high, especially when money's involved. You've got to acknowledge that while still following the rules.
How do you walk that line?
Start by acknowledging the customer's frustration. "I understand losing money can be disappointing," something like that.
Yeah.
Then gently bring in the casino policy. "We can't control the game outcomes, but we want you to have a positive experience."
So validation and setting realistic expectations. What about follow-ups on this one? Any other scenarios they might throw out?
They could ask, "What resources could you offer a distressed customer?" Or "How would you handle a customer getting verbally abusive?" Your prep and knowing those casino procedures is key here, like who to contact for help.
Gotcha. Okay, on to a question that really gets at the core of the job. How do you ensure accuracy when handling large amounts of cash? I bet they're watching your attention to detail here.
Oh, absolutely. Accuracy is crucial in a casino. They want to see you take cash handling seriously, have a system for staying precise.
So what are some key points to hit in an answer?
Focus on your meticulousness, your commitment to those procedures. Do you double count? Use a calculator to double check. Mention any techniques you use to avoid errors. If you've used cash handling software, definitely bring that up.
What if someone hasn't worked with big sums of money before? Can they still show those skills?
Think about anything where accuracy was super important. Balancing a budget, managing a cash register, even organizing a complex project meticulously. Key is showing that commitment to precision, whatever the scale.
Makes sense. What kind of follow-ups could they ask here?
Yeah. Be ready to walk them through your process. Imagine they say, "You find a discrepancy at the end of your shift. How would you investigate it?" This is your chance to shine, show your problem-solving skills, that you get how vital accuracy is in a casino.
Okay, this next one might trip some people up. What would you do if you suspected someone of cheating at a game? High-stakes stuff, right?
It is. Casino security is paramount, but you can't just jump to conclusions. It's all about balancing observation with protocol.
So what's the best approach if you see something fishy?
Never, ever accuse anyone directly. Instead, discreetly tell your supervisor or security. Explain what you saw calmly and clearly, no embellishing or assumptions. Casinos have serious surveillance and train pros to deal with this stuff.
Okay, so be observant, but let the experts handle it. What about follow-up questions here? How do they dig deeper?
They might ask, "What behaviors would make you suspicious of cheating?" Or, "How would you handle a player getting confrontational after you report them?" Be ready to show you know the procedures and you can keep your cool under pressure.
All right, switching gears a bit, let's talk multitasking. RoleCatcher's fifth question asks, how do you handle multitasking and prioritizing tasks in a fast-paced environment? I'm guessing a casino floor can get pretty hectic.
Oh yeah, flashing lights, slot machines going off, guests all excited. It's a whirlwind. They want to see if you can handle it all without sacrificing accuracy or customer service.
So how do you showcase those multitasking skills?
Think about any job where you juggle a lot of responsibilities. Busy retail store, restaurant, call center, anything like that. Describe how you stayed organized. Did you prioritize tasks, use to-do lists, break down big projects into smaller steps?
Okay, but what about when it feels like everything's happening at once? How do you stay focused?
Share a story about a time you successfully navigated chaos. Maybe a rush of customers while a system's crashing. Focus on your ability to prioritize, adapt, and deliver under pressure.
Right, show them you think on your feet. What kind of follow-ups might they ask to really see your multitasking skills?
They might say, give an example of a time you had to reprioritize tasks because of something unexpected. Or, how do you handle stress with multiple deadlines and demanding customers? It's your chance to show you stay calm, focused, and efficient when things get crazy.
Wow, 5 questions down already. I'm feeling more prepared just listening.
And remember, RoleCatcher has even more. Their AI tools can help you tailor answers to the specific casino and job you want.
That's right. We'll dive into those AI tools a bit later. But for now, let's take a quick breather, and then we'll tackle the last 5 questions in our Casino Cashier interview prep.
Okay, back to those casino cashier questions. We've talked about cash, customers, all that. But there's another big piece, compliance. RoleCatcher's next question is all about that. How do you ensure compliance with all casino policies and procedures?
Yeah, can't forget about that. Casinos have all those rules and regulations for a reason, right? Keeps things fair, keeps things secure.
Exactly. They need to know you understand how serious it is to follow those regulations. Verifying IDs, handling payouts, even spotting suspicious behavior. It's all about protecting the integrity of the games and everyone involved.
So how do you show them you get it?
You want to emphasize that you're committed to learning those procedures inside and out. You could mention like your willingness to study the casino's guidelines really thoroughly and make sure they know you understand why those rules are there to protect both customers and the casino itself.
Okay, makes sense. What if you've never worked in a casino before? Can you still show you understand compliance?
Think about any job where you had to stick to strict rules. A bank, a healthcare setting, even retail with tight inventory procedures. It's all about highlighting your ability to learn fast, adapt to new rules, and always put accuracy and ethical behavior first.
Got it. And those follow-up questions, what might they ask to really test your knowledge of compliance?
Well, they might give you a hypothetical scenario, something related to a casino policy, and see how you'd respond. Or they could say, tell me about a time you had to follow a policy you didn't agree with. How'd you handle it? This is where all that prep work comes in, knowing those standard procedures.
All right, back to customer service for a sec. RoleCatcher's 7th question goes like this. How would you handle a situation where a customer accuses you of making a mistake with their cash transaction? Those can get tense, I bet.
They can, yeah. But this is your chance to shine. Show them you stay cool under pressure and that you're dedicated to making the customer happy.
It's a tough balance, right? Standing up for yourself, but also resolving the issue. How do you do both?
First thing, always stay calm, stay professional. Listen to what they're saying without interrupting or getting defensive. Then, offer to double-check the transaction. Explain each step you took. If you did make a mistake, apologize sincerely and fix it right away.
Okay, what if you're 100% sure you didn't mess up?
Even then, don't argue. Explain your process, why you're sure. If they still disagree, offer to have a supervisor look it over. Transparency is key, and showing you're committed to finding a solution.
Gotcha. And what about those follow-ups? How do they see how you'd handle a tougher situation?
Oh, they might get specific. When would you involve a supervisor? Or how would you de-escalate a customer who's getting more and more upset? Here's where you show, the procedures and can stay calm even when things are heated.
Okay, let's switch gears again. This time, it's confidentiality. RoleCatcher asks, can you explain how you handle confidential customer information? I imagine casinos have a lot of sensitive data.
You bet. Customer privacy is super important in this industry. They need to know you get it, that you'll follow those strict rules for protecting information.
So how do you show them you understand?
Highlight that you're committed to those data privacy regulations. The casino's internal policies, too, about handling sensitive information. You could mention specific practices, like password protecting your devices, shredding documents with personal info, not discussing customer details with anyone unauthorized.
What if you haven't had a job with strict confidentiality rules before? How can you still show you understand?
Think about any time you've been trusted with private info, even in your personal life. Helping a friend with something confidential, volunteering in a role that needed discretion. It's about showing you're trustworthy, responsible, and respect privacy.
And what about those follow-ups, digging into your approach to confidential info?
They might give you a situation. Like, what would you do if a coworker asked for a customer's contact info? Or you accidentally overhear a confidential conversation, how do you react? Your answers should show you're all about ethical standards, keeping that sensitive info safe.
All right, this next question really tests your awareness. RoleCatcher asks, how would you handle a situation where a customer is trying to pay with counterfeit currency? That's a tough one.
For sure, counterfeit money is a big problem, and casinos are serious about catching it.
So what do you do if you think someone's handing you fake money?
First, discreetly check the bills. Look for signs of counterfeiting. You could even mention those security features you'd be checking, things like watermarks and microprinting. If you think it's fake, calmly tell the customer you need to verify it and go notify a supervisor or security. Important thing is, don't give the money back to them.
Got it. Check it out and then get security involved. What kind of follow-up questions could they ask about this? To see if you really know how to handle it.
They might go, what specific security features would you look for on a bill? Or what if the customer gets mad or insists the money's real? Your answers should show you know the procedures and can stay professional, even with a difficult customer.
Okay, last question in this set, and it's one a lot of people probably dread. How do you handle situations where a customer becomes aggressive or confrontational? Sadly, it's something you have to be prepared for in a lot of jobs that deal with the public.
Yeah, that's true. And casinos, with all the excitement and high stakes, can definitely see emotions run high. They want to know you can keep things safe and de-escalate a tense situation.
So how do you show them you can handle that kind of situation?
The most important thing is to stay calm. Don't argue, don't get defensive, try to de-escalate things by speaking evenly, acknowledging their feelings, and gently steering them towards a solution. If they don't calm down, discreetly signal for help from a supervisor or security.
Okay, makes sense. What kind of follow-ups might they ask to see how you'd handle specific scenarios?
They might ask about your experience. Have you ever dealt with an aggressive customer before? What did you do? Or they could get into your personal strategies. How do you stay calm and composed under stress? This is where you show off your emotional intelligence, your conflict resolution skills, and your commitment to keeping everyone safe.
Wow, we made it through all 10 questions. That was a deep dive into what to expect in a casino cashier interview.
And don't forget, those are just examples. RoleCatcher's AI tools can create even more personalized practice questions and feedback, all tailored to the specific job you're going for.
You're right. We haven't even gotten to the career insights from the guide or how those AI tools work. Ready to wrap things up and explore that in the final part of our deep dive.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay, so we've tackled those 10 tough interview questions, gotten some great insights from RoleCatcher's career guide. Now let's talk about their secret weapon, those AI tools. They can really take your prep to the next level.
It's all about personalization, A generic answer won't cut it. You got to tailor those responses to the specific casino, the specific job you're after. That's where RoleCatcher's AI comes in.
Exactly, like their AI CV and resume builder. It analyzes the job description, pulls out the skills they want. It's like knowing exactly what the hiring manager's looking for.
Think of it this way. You wouldn't wear the same outfit to every event. You got to dress for the occasion, right? RoleCatcher's AI helps you do that with your resume and cover letter, making sure you're showcasing the most relevant stuff.
So you're showing them you're perfect for that job, and it gets even better. RoleCatcher's AI can help you actually write your answers to those interview questions.
Yeah. Imagine typing out your response and instantly getting feedback on how well it fits the job. It can help you tighten things up, suggest stronger wording, even point out where you need more detail or where you can highlight certain skills.
It's like having a personal coach going over every word. And this is the coolest part. They have video practice with AI feedback. Record yourself answering questions, and it'll analyze your delivery, body language, everything.
Like a virtual mock interview with the most observant interviewer ever, you can practice until you're feeling super confident, knowing you're projecting the right vibe.
Okay, so let's recap. We've got a solid understanding of what a casino cashier does. We've broken down those tricky questions, and we have AI tools to help us tailor our application and practice our delivery.
And don't forget the career insights. Those guides from RoleCatcher lay out potential career paths, skills you can develop, even tips for networking in the industry.
So you're not just ready for one interview, you're set up for a whole career. That's what I love about RoleCatcher. It's about empowerment.
Absolutely, giving you the knowledge and tools not just to get the job, but to kill it.
Before we wrap up, one last thought. We talked about networking, but what advice would you give someone brand new to the casino industry? How do they start building those connections?
So many ways. Going to industry events, joining online forums, connecting on LinkedIn, even reaching out to people who work at casinos for informational interviews. Those connections can lead to opportunities you wouldn't believe.
It's all about putting yourself out there, showing you're eager to learn.
Exactly.
So there you have it. Our Casino Cashier interview deep dive is officially complete. We covered it all. What the role is, those tough questions, even how to use AI to get personalized prep.
Now it's your turn. Go out there, be confident, and show them what you've got.
Good luck.